Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. This is the Game Master, and I'm doing my wrestling recap here with my nephew Kevin. So keep in mind if you like my recap or if you like my shows, you can watch my recap, and you can also watch my videos that I'm doing. Currently, I'm doing Champions of Korean. All right. So let's start with the recap. Okay. So on Dynamite. And I guess it's not Orange Cassidy that always has to open the show. It's the international title that has to open the show because
Yeah, I guess that's
Moxley's
the
opening the
burden,
show
man.
now.
I guess that's
Moxley
like the
does a
burden of
defense
holding
against
that
Big
belt, you know?
Bill. Do what now?
Like I said, that's the burden of holding that belt. Like, and
It is the
if you have the
burden.
belt, your job is to open the show every week.
And so, Moxley opens the show on Dynamite against Big Bill. I think we know who wins. And the question is, will Moxley blade? And the answer's always yes. And
Yeah, he
Moxley does
bladed
the
during the
blade before he
commercial.
goes to the
So,
grocery store.
yeah, he bladed during the commercial. So, and if you weren't like watching picture in picture, you
Oh,
missed the blade.
well, now I saw the blade.
Did you?
Well, I didn't see him actually blade, but I mean, I saw him
Well, you
all
saw him
blooded
go for
up
it.
during the match.
All right,
He
maybe
was
it
he was
wasn't during the
blooded
picture in
up.
picture that he bladed. I know I missed like him blading. I looked back and I just saw him like blading, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's John Moxley. I mean, that's what he does, and he
Yeah,
just
I mean, I
blades.
may have come back from a commercial and he was all red, but
That's
I
what
don't know.
happened to me
I
when
know I
when they
saw
come
him
back from
bleed.
commercial. He was totally bleeding, and
Yeah.
I don't remember him bleeding before the commercial. So
Okay. Yeah,
that's
I'll take
me.
your word for that. Okay, so next we got an interview with Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong's convinced that he's gonna win against Samoa Joe. And even though
Okay.
he's got that horrible neck injury that he has, man, how could he possibly win with such a horrible neck injury?
I love that he's still got the neck brace though.
Yeah, I like he wears glasses too during interviews.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta look weak.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're gonna
next
fight
we
tonight.
have. Did you have any comments on the Roderick Strong?
I was just gonna say that they fight tonight. It's Samoa Joe versus Roderick Strong, and I was not sure who was gonna win that match. So we'll talk
Well,
about it
I
later.
thought the person I thought was going to win didn't win, but in retrospect, after I saw the MJF interview, I kind of should have changed my mind after I
Yeah, they kind of set it up, but
yeah, they kind of
I don't
set it
know,
up
dude.
during the
Like,
MJF interview. We'll get to that.
yeah, we'll talk
Um,
about it once we get closer
yeah.
to it.
So next we have an interview. Okay, we have a talk off with Don Callis. And Don Callis basically announces that he's gonna now help me to understand. Okay,
Okay.
this the person that Callis is going after is uh, Kenny Omega's jet friend,
Yeah.
and when he was wrestling as a tag team with his jet friend, their tag team was called the Golden Lovers. Now help me
Yeah.
to understand. Well, you got two men. How do you get golden lovers?
That's a good question.
How did that not make it through the screening process?
Uh, I mean, I think they were talking about like Bullet Club Glove or Bullet Club Gold. That's how the gold come in. I thought,
No,
but
they had nothing to do with Bullet Club.
uh, so did they just love gold like
I don't know.
championship, right?
Well,
Is
they're
that
golden, and apparently they're lovers.
well? Do they love gold like the championship
I
belt? Is
don't
that what you're
know.
getting at?
Maybe that's it.
Let's
I hope
go with
that's it.
I think it's one of those like Japanese things that doesn't translate into English very
Doesn't
well.
translate into English. We'll just say that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. So basically, Don Callis has decided that he's going to beat up Kenny Omega's Japanese friend, and he expresses that with a painting.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's going to happen apparently at some point. I think they've got a match between Takeshita and Kenny Omega's Japanese friend. Any thoughts or
Paper.
comments? Oh man, you're breaking up.
Well, that's my
Okay,
internet
you're
for
better
you.
now.
Free internet, so I'm getting what I pay for, I suppose.
Getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
Okay, back
Uh.
to your thoughts and comments now that I can understand you.
Okay. Uh. I guess they are gonna fight at the pay-per-view. I'm assuming.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I know that's it's Kenny Omega's the Japanese guy. He's the one that like refuses to do a blade. When they had the match at what was it?
Oh, it had the blood and guts match?
Yeah, the blood and guts match. That's who the guy is. If you're not familiar with who the Japanese guy is, it's that guy that refused to like do any hardcore spot whatsoever. Man, he basically was in the match, and that's all we can say about him. But
He didn't get
I'd like to see
forked.
him
He didn't do
wrestle.
any hardcore at all.
Guy wrestle, and yeah, he refused to do any hardcore spots. So I mean, maybe he's a good wrestler. I guess. See how it plays out, but
You know? And I'm feeling like they're going to be doing something hardcore because they'll like end up like hitting him in the head with a screwdriver and not busting him open.
or
Wah, 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 wah. Your internet sucks, man. Okay, I think I can hear you now.
great. It's that he like stabbed the painting with the screwdriver. I like that.
Okay.
Can you hear me now, or do I need to fix my
Yeah, I
bullshit?
can hear you. Screwdriver
Okay.
stabbed.
Yeah, I like the screwdriver
Oh, he stabbed the
stab.
painting. Oh, you liked where he stabbed the painting. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that was cool. That's ominous. I'm sure that's gonna mean something.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. You had Mox versus Big Bill. It was a heel versus heel match. That was kind of funny.
Well,
Uh,
are the BCC heels anymore? I mean,
I, well, Moxley's kind of a tweener. He's not really a heel, I wouldn't say. Daniel Bryan's a face. He's getting cheered, and Claudio. I mean, against Eddie Kingston, he's going to be the heel because we'll talk about that in a minute. But the Eddie
yeah,
Kingston match is going to be in New York, which is his hometown.
yeah.
So Claudio's going to be the quote heel in this match, even though I'm with you. I don't really know if the BCC's heels anymore, man. I mean, they just do cool
And
shit. I
they're not a
mean,
heel, they're not a face, they're just kick-ass
there you
guys.
go. Man, they just beat your ass, man. They're
They
the
just
type of
beat
face
your
that beat that ass.
ass. Okay, so
So,
the next we have an interview with the BCC.
speaking of which,
Yeah, and I don't remember exactly what they talked about, but I'm assuming it revolved around their upcoming matches
it's
with
about
Claudio
they're gonna do
and
a tag team match on Collision. They're gonna do Claudio and Daniel Bryan, or well, Bryan
no, they're
Danielson.
doing
There's one
Claudio and uh, Kenny, uh,
uh Starks and Big
not
Bill.
Kenny, Eddie,
No, that
Claudio
one's
and Eddie.
later. They're hyping up the tag match. They're going to do a tag match on Collision with Starks and Big Bill versus Claudio and Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's what they're hyping up. All right.
Yeah, that one's coming up. Oh, also Moxley and Phoenix are going to face each other at the Stadium Show next week. Which man, that's
Yeah, I saw them
Sign me
come
up
out
for
and interview
that.
their interrupt the interview.
And yeah, Claudio and Kingston are going to face each other at the Stadium Show, and it's going to be title versus title. So I guess whoever wins gets both the belt.
Yeah.
So see how that one goes.
And it's gonna be awesome watching Claudio walk around with no belts, even though he has two of them.
Yeah. Well, I think Kingston's going to win that one. I don't know about
You
you,
think
but
Kingston's gonna win it?
yeah,
I don't
it's in
think
his
so. I don't think
hometown.
they take the title off Claudio because he's such a great ROH champion.
Well, but Kingston actually has a real belt. He's got like one of the goofy like Japanese belts, the IWGP something I don't remember kind of belt.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like Kingston has to win that because his belt's more important than Claudio's, and they'd have to
I
put
don't know
the
about that.
IWG whatever the hell dumb shit it is on Claudio, and that means he would actually have to wrestle for New Japan at some point,
Well,
I guess. I don't know.
I
Not
still
really
think
sure on that
Claudio
one.
wins. I can't
I
see
want
Claudio
Claudio to
losing
win, but
ever.
I think they're setting it up for Kingston to win. But I'd like Claudio to win. I just want him to like sit there and spin Kingston until he like starts throwing up. Like he spins him like
Yeah, that'd
58
be awesome.
times, and then he just like loses his lunch at some point, and then he just keeps spinning. Well, I want to see, but maybe not.
Okay. So next we have an interview with Hook, and Orange Cassidy crashes his interview, and it's funny because they're both about the same. Neither one of them like say much. And
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy's like, "Well, I used to hold a title," and then Hook's like, "Man, yeah, you were a good title holder," and then they like shake hands.
Them as a tag team is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, they are going to make a good tag team. Well, that's a later interview.
Yeah, I'd say yeah, we'll talk about that later, but it's funny that you mentioned that they're practically the same because man, them as a tag team is gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a four-way match between Britt Baker, Tony Storm, Jap Girl, and Nyla Rose. Okay, and
Oh
this is
yeah.
for like the like contendership to like attack the title holder.
Yeah, for the
So,
world belt.
all right, so Tony Storm wins. Did you see that coming?
I did. I mean, I actually so I thought to myself, you're looking at like your contenders, right? So I
Right.
thought, well, Shada's not gonna win because they just put the belt on her. I mean, if they have
Okay.
her again win the belt, that's silly. Nyla Rose isn't gonna win because she doesn't win anything,
She's a jobber,
and
yeah.
I thought that Britt Baker wasn't gonna win because I mean I felt like it's way too soon to put the belt back on her. And so I said, well, the only person left would be Toni Storm. And I didn't really know if she was going to win, but I said, well, logically, she's the only one that really can.
Yeah.
And sure enough, got it right. But
Well,
yeah,
I think people like what Tony Storm's doing right now.
I like the crazy shit.
She's got kind of the crazy shit going. Like she's like a 50s actress.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I
So
like the whole idea that she's like insane. Like I could work with that.
yeah.
Um, she's gonna have to fight Paige, which that actually is kind of cool because there's some story there. They used to be like
Man, she
friends.
needs to work on Paige's neck. She needs to hip
Oh, that
attack her
would be
like
awesome.
15 times.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I'm assuming she can like wrestle, dude, but I have my doubts about like Paige, man. Just
Your doubts about Paige.
yeah. I
Well,
mean,
we've
I
seen
hope
her
she can
wrestle.
wrestle, but
She
it
wrestled in
makes
the
me
four
like
way
nervous to
before.
see her in the ring, man. It
Okay.
feels like they really protect her. It's like a Daniel Bryan situation where they basically say, no matter what you do not do a move on his neck. Like no pile drivers, like no dropping him on the ropes. Like just do not do a move on this man's neck. Like you were not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So it
I
kind of
don't
feels that
know.
way with Cage, but I guess it'll be an okay match. It's pay per view, I think, or it might be next week actually.
I know it's next week. It's
Okay, it's
the
gonna be
next
the
week
stadium
is like a
show.
big event for Dynamite.
Yeah, it's the
Um,
stadium show. They
it's the
go to
stadium show. Okay.
yeah, it's Arthur Ashe Stadium somewhere in New York, and they do that every year, or they have been doing it every year.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like a yearly thing that they do. So they
All
got a
right.
bunch of
So
big
next we got an interview with the Outcasts, and basically they just talk about how they're gonna beat like Tony Storm's ass,
scores.
and that she's crazy,
I like it.
and that like, they're gonna beat the crazy out of her.
Okay. I
So
like that.
that's pretty much that. Now next we have the interview with the MGF.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I like this interview.
I've sat there and thought to myself, are they really doing this? And he started talking about how he's like, man, I got 100% chance to beat Samoa Joe. And as soon as he started saying that, I thought to myself, are they really going to do that? Because that
And
was the
when he
promo
said I got a
Steiner cut.
75% chance extra because I'm a genetic freak, I was like,
That was the
oh
promo.
yes.
That was the promo that Steiner cut against Samoa Joe on TNA like all those
Oh
years ago.
really? That was against Samoa Joe? I didn't know
Yes, it
that.
was. Yes. That's why I was thinking, like, are they really going to do this? Because, yeah, it was against Samoa Joe. That was the promo he
I
cut.
saw the promo, but I didn't remember who it was against.
Yeah, it was against Samoa Joe. And it was just amazing. That was the Steiner Math promo. And, man, if I could ever ask Scott Steiner a question, I want to know, was the Steiner math thing like planned, or did he just completely like forget how to count and just kind of went with it? Like I want to know because I legitimately don't know. Like he cut it so well, I don't know if he was trying to do that on purpose or if he just like was sitting there adding it up in his head, and then at some point he like lost track of what number he had in his head, and then he's just like, whatever, and we'll just finish it because at the end of it, he's like, the numbers don't lie, even though he come up with like 137%. So I always wondered if it was just in the heat of the moment he just kind of went with it, or if that was actually planned the entire time. I'd love to know that.
Man, we'll put that on the questions to ask Scott Steiner next time we meet him.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, next time I meet Scott Steiner, I'll make sure to ask him that. I got to go
That and
to
like,
his Shoney's that he owns right off the interstate.
man, you never know, man. I might catch him up at Circle K, man. He might be like going for a match up in like Rupp Arena, and he might be coming from Knoxville, and he might have to like stop up at Circle K and get a pop.
It could be. I mean,
Could
I
be.
guess he fought. Does he still wrestle for TNA?
I don't know.
I'm not even
I don't
sure,
know who he
but yeah,
wrestles
I
for. If
guess
he
I feel
wrestles
like
for
every goes
anybody,
to
I
a
think
TNA
if he's
show, man.
wrestling, he's
Might
wrestling
wrestle
on the
too.
independent circuit. Is my guess. Because I don't think he wrestles for TNA anymore.
I don't know if he wrestles. Period, dude. The guy's getting up there in age.
Well, I yeah, but when you're a genetic freak,
That's true. I forgot that he's a genetic freak, and
yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
I forgot.
So, man,
Yeah, the
MGF
MGF
hitting the
promo was
interview
great.
out of the park.
Yeah, he just
Okay.
nailed it, and he cut it really well too. It was great. So,
Next we have Hangman versus Brian Cage. No question who's going to win that one.
I like Brian Cage, man. I wish they'd do something with him instead of
Well,
him just having a job to everybody.
he is a mid card. He is a mid card
Yeah,
person right
I don't like
now.
that.
I know he's
I
got
like
potential,
Brain Cage,
but
man. When he used to wrestle for Lucha Underground, he was the machine and he was awesome. But he's just not quite getting over, I
seems like
guess.
he did
In
more moves
AEW.
when he wrestled for Lucha Underground.
Well, he did great.
Yeah, I mean he did
Yeah, he
great for
did.
Lucha Underground. I'm just saying it seems like he did more moves.
Oh, he did more moves.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
thinking. I don't think he's doing as
yeah.
much in like maybe he's like toned it down. I don't know.
Well, maybe it's because he's playing a heel in like AEW. Maybe they told him to, don't
He
do
was
like a
a
bunch
heel
of
in
push-ups
Lucha
as your
Underground. Don't
heel.
you remember him getting the gauntlet, like killing the guy with the gauntlet?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, he just has to kill somebody in like AEW, and then man, that'll get him over with the crowd.
There you go. That'll get him out. So next we have an
Maybe
interview with
go ahead.
Daniel Garcia, and he gets interrupted by Don Callis, who's trying to recruit him. Cause man, Daniel Garcia is money.
I liked that, man. I like Don Callis. Like that was awesome. Like Garcia's like, I ain't joining you, dude. Go f off. And then Callis is like, do you see that? That guy's money. And then he like walks off the camera, and it's like, Garcia, where are you going, man? We need to talk.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about Callis, dude. He's great. Like, and he can like read a situation, and he can just like go for it, dude.
Yeah, he's about like Paul Heyman. I get a lot of Paul Heyman out of Don Callis.
Yeah, he's got long, yeah, man. And it's just, you he'll think about it for a second and give you like the perfect counter to it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff they do isn't scripted in AEW, so like
Oh
you
no,
have to
they
be
like
able
to
to
do
get
their own thing. They do their own
a lot of them do,
own
yeah.
like talk offs.
And a lot of them
That's why
they just go
I
for it.
don't like WWE scripts.
Well, I hate it too, like because it doesn't sound like organic. It sounds like you're reading it from a piece of paper. That's the problem I have with it. Is it sounds like you're reading it from a piece of paper. Like I hate that. Like that's dumb.
All right.
Like in
So next we
promotions,
have
we good.
Darby Allin and Nick Wayne versus Danny Magic and Cool Hand. With like
Yeah,
Christian and Luchasaurus on commentary.
I hope Nick Wayne like joins Christian at some point.
I was wondering about that, and I thought that might make a good like swerve is for like Nick Wayne to like end up joining Christian, and also that would be a good move for Nick Wayne because he ain't going nowhere with Darby Allin.
Thanks, dear.
Yeah, he ain't
Had
going nowhere as Darby Allin's sidekick.
uh,
I noticed they've been doing stuff with Darby Allin and Nick Wayne, and they haven't had Sting out there.
it
Cause
feel like Darby or it doesn't feel like Nick Wayne's really getting anywhere by. I mean, because that's what he's doing right now. Is he's just basically running around with he's running around with Darby Allin, and that doesn't really
right,
feel like it's doing him any favors to me.
yeah, it's
I
not.
mean, maybe he's learning how to wrestle, which that's
Well, we're
probably a good
assuming
thing,
he
but
knows how to wrestle. Otherwise, why would he
I
be
hope
there?
so. I mean, he hasn't had a very long match yet. I mean, he's done what, like like a
I mean,
10-minute here, 10 minute
he's
there.
not the caliber of Daniel Bryant, but
Yeah, that's
we're
fair.
assuming
He
he knows
probably
how
put
to
up a decent
wrestle.
amount. Yeah, let's hope he knows how to wrestle because I wonder if that's why they're doing it. Is if they're trying to like just getting him out there because they want people to see him. I wonder if that's what they're doing, or if it's because they need him to like have the practice. I'm not sure like which way's which, but
Now, I think we got the MGF interviews reversed. The MGF interview that I was doing was the one where he's claiming he's going to choke out Samoa Joe. The
yeah,
interview where he does the Steiner math is like later on after Samoa Joe and Roderick Strong's match,
Oh, there might
which
be
we're
a
getting
second
ready
one.
to like go into. And when he said he was going to choke out Samoa Joe, that should have told me who was going to win the match between Roderick Strong and Samoa Joe. Because Samoa Joe has to be in the match for him to get choked out. Man, your internet sucks. What is
I'm getting
going on with your voice, man?
I have to have a stable internet connection, and I don't have that.
You
That's
just
the
don't
problem.
have it.
Oh, I mean, you're asking for 100% uptime, and that is not something I can have.
Well, when was
And
the
I've got
last
like
time I
99%
went like into the
uptime, but
robot like voices? Apparently, I must have a stable internet connection, and I'm on Spectrum just like you.
well, I'm not.
Well, I don't know, man.
Now
I
I have a
complain.
99% uptime internet connection, man, and 99%, baby. And it's gonna be that one time where it doesn't work, but you know.
And you've been in robot mode like at least 15 times during this recap.
Well, I must be the difference between paying for it and not, man. I don't pay for my internet,
I
so you
guess.
know, I get the
All
bargain
right.
bin internet.
Now I do pay for it, and I get the upgrade. I get the 500 megabytes.
And I get
So,
the cheapest thing that I can get. So that
all
explains
right.
why
So
my
you
internet
get
is.
free. I assume you
It's
don't
free.
get 500 megabytes, and maybe that's the
No,
difference. I don't know.
could be. I
Could
always
be.
wondered if that was the difference because it doesn't make any sense because it should still be
Yeah, you
I'm paying
shouldn't
for
get
uptime. I'm not paying
disconnected.
for speed. So it's not going to make a difference. It still has to come through the same cable in the wall.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would make any difference if I paid for the expensive version. I don't think it would make a difference at all. It would just
Well,
be faster.
I get faster downloads.
Well, that's all nice and great. It's faster, but the speed isn't the problem. The uptime is the issue.
And I just don't have a problem with my uptime.
Yes.
I don't know.
And maybe I need better
Okay, so
cables
we
in the
got
wall.
Roderick Strong versus Samoa Joe, and somebody got choked out.
Someone gets choked out. Hey, guess who?
Hey, it wasn't Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I don't
So we're
know,
gonna
man. I
get
didn't
Samoa
feel like
Joe
that was the
versus
right play.
MGAF, which is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see MGAF choke out Samoa Joe.
I'm guessing that's how it's gonna go.
That's how
Yeah,
it's
he
gonna
did
go
promise
because
he's gonna do
MGF
that,
already
and
predicted it.
true, he promised he would, and MJF does that now.
And when he promised he would beat Darby Allin with a side headlock, that's what he did.
It's what he did. This is true. So, I guess you're not supposed to doubt MJF. So
Never doubt
that would be cool
MGF.
though. I just don't feel like they should feed Samoa Joe to like MJF this quickly, but oh
Well, he's
well.
got
I guess
he's got to get somebody in there.
that's true.
And I
MJ,
don't
well,
feel
but
like Roderick Strong had any purpose whatsoever being in contention for like a match with the MGF.
well, it's just
And
because it's
why
part of the
would Roderick
story.
Strong get a match for the AEW Championship? He's
It's
nobody.
it's because it's part of the story. Like the story is like he's MJ or Roderick Strong is like Adam Cole's friend, and it's supposed to like tear Adam Cole apart when they face each other. That's what's
I
supposed to
guess.
happen in the story, but they're not doing it that way.
Man, they're not doing it that way.
They're not.
And
So
it tore Adam up when he got injured so bad, and he saw
yeah,
Adam
that was
coming to the
coming.
ring, and all of a sudden his neck snapped.
Yeah. I guess there's more to tell there, but we'll see how it breaks
Well,
down.
they're gonna
I'm
keep
kind of
going with it,
curious.
I guess.
I'm
But
curious what they're gonna
yeah,
do now because I mean, there's still got to be a story there somewhere. I mean, they've literally spent 2 months working on Roderick Strong, so there has to be a story somewhere. I just don't know what it is yet.
Gotcha. Okay,
But
so
I
moving on
guess
to
that leads
Collision.
to Cole feuding with Roderick at some point. But I don't know, man. I just don't think Samoa Joe should have won. I think they should have let Roderick win, so that way MJF could have beat him, and nobody would have thought twice about it. But now they're gonna have to have MJF versus Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe's gonna have to lose. So, and that's just gonna be like another feather in the cap of MJF. But and that is like that is a pay-per-view main event that we're being robbed of because it's happening next week on their stupid weekly show.
Yeah, and you gotta
Well,
have something big on the stadium show. I assume that'll be the main event.
well, yeah, I bet you it has to be. But who do you think MJF's going to face at the pay-per-view now? Because and it can't be Samoa Joe.
I don't know.
Hey, you got anybody? Because
And he
I
could
don't
always
know.
defend the Ring of Honor titles.
Yeah, that's fair. He doesn't have to defend the world title, but
Doesn't
he
have
could
to
just
defend the world
defend
title.
the
He could defend the Ring of Honor world
tag belt against
titles. So
somebody. That's fine. Okay, that's true. Yeah,
we'll see
they
what
could do it that
happens.
way, I guess. Yeah, I
So
didn't think
on
about that.
Collision, we had Absolute Ricky and Big Bill versus the BCC. And in an upset win, Absolute Ricky and Big Bill win.
Yeah, Ricky goes for the cheap win and gets the roll up.
Yeah, and he gets it against
Thing.
Daniel
Yeah,
Bryan.
roll it up.
That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
like that.
What I like is like later on, I don't know when it happens, but later on in the show, they do an interview with Ricky, and they're like, "Well, why are you so mad, Ricky? You won your match." He said, "Man, 'cause everything's screwed up around here." They had just done a video package from like uh, Jack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Bryan. And he's like, "You just
That
did a
was
video
funny.
package for a guy that I just beat and a guy that doesn't even work here."
I liked that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. And we're getting
So,
like a death match next week. You're gonna get Daniel Bryan versus MJF in like a Texas death match. So
well,
that's
it's Daniel
something.
Bryan versus Ricky Starks.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said MJF.
Oh, oops.
Man, don't
Yeah.
mislead my viewers.
Sorry, I guess I wasn't thinking. But no, it leads to a death match next week with Ricky Starks and Daniel Bryan. So that'll be the third match, I guess, in the trilogy. This is the third time they've
Well,
had to
now
fight each
this
other.
match they had this week was a tag match, so that doesn't really
I guess that
count.
doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how that one breaks down. I find it kind of odd that Daniel Bryan is going to be in a death match, but I guess as long as you don't do anything to his neck, it's okay.
Yeah, or his arm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta watch that arm too.
I guess his arm's healed up now, but
I wonder. We'll find out. We'll find out pretty
well, he's
soon
not wearing
because
brace on it anymore. So
I guess it's as healed up as it
I
can
guess it's
be.
healed up.
Guess.
Okay, so next we got a video package from Hobbs, and we are now at the destruction chapter of the Book of Hobbs. He's gonna
I hope they do
destroy.
something. You know? I hope they do something with Hobbs, man. Like he needs to win about 10 matches, like from now on.
He'd have to
And I
fight
tell you
10
what he needs to do,
jobbers.
man. He needs to do the Paul Heyman thing, like where he just comes out every week and he like chokeholds somebody and like makes them tap. Like that's what he needs to do every week for like 2 months.
Yeah.
Kind of like what's his face? The guy that they ruined, Wardlow. You remember him?
Oh yeah, Wardlow.
Remember his
Yeah,
just powerbomb
Wardlow,
people like
man, they pretty much took
15
shit on
times?
Wardlow. Like giving him Arn Anderson was not a help.
I don't know what they did with him, dude. I guess he's like, look, I guess he's getting ready to go to a different company at this point, man.
Well, he's definitely on the side burner.
But what they did with him was, he would powerbomb people like 15 times, like every time he came out there. So that's
Right.
what they need to do with Hobbs. I forget what Hobbs's like finishing move is, but he just needs to like beat people to death with it like every week for like a month. That's what I want to see him do. And that way he can get strong again. And whoever he faces at a pay per view, he needs to win this match. He has not done that yet.
Yeah, he's definitely like owing like whatever for pay-per-views.
Hasn't won a single pay match.
All right. So next we have a video package with uh something M. Who we got here? I'm trying to make it out. I can see an M, but I can't see the rest of it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Trying to
I guess we'll
think.
skip that.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Miro. That's who it is.
Oh,
That's
Miro. Yeah, he
M.
talks about his
Miro.
wife again.
Yeah. So he talks about how his wife's tempting him, and he has got to get rid of the temptation. I want to see him
Yeah.
put like Lana in the game over.
Oh, that would be different.
And
I don't know. That's kind of
he
different that
makes a
he's
lot of
like complaining
time.
about his wife.
I don't know, man.
I wonder
I
what
like to
Miro's
see him
gonna
do some
do,
stuff with
man. He's got to
Lana.
win a belt.
I like Lana.
Yeah, Lana's awesome. I
She
hope he
needs to
wins
get
a
in the
belt.
women's division and start beating ass.
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh man, I'd like to see her do a game, do his finishing move on some of the
Oh,
girls.
there you go. And she just like steals his move. I need I need him to win a belt. I don't know what belt he needs to win, but he needs to win a belt.
And I think that international thing would be good for him. He could like open
Yeah,
up the show every week.
him versus Moxley. I don't think I'd be against that.
Yeah.
I
He could
mean,
beat
he definitely's
Moxley, and
got
he
the
could
balls
like
to
open
take
up the
on Moxley.
show, and they could have somebody job to him every week.
Yeah, I hope it turns into the John Cena Open Challenge thing where he just opens the show, walks out there, puts the belt down, and he's like, all right, man. He's like, whoever's got the balls, come out here and take it from me. That'd be great because Miro's that type of guy where he's just like, he's like, I will beat everyone. And of course, they're going to have people from the crowd like challenge him to a match.
Man, talk about people from the crowd. Man, we're coming up here to people from the crowd. We got FTR versus Iron Savages.
Did you hear the crowd? They were chanting, "Who are you?" So was I, dude. I'm like so scratching my head. I'm like, are they from Ring of Honor? Are they like dark talent? Like, who are those guys? I don't know. Man, but they lost.
I definitely lost. Okay, so
Yeah,
then we have an interview with Keith Lee. And that
he's
was
somebody else.
interesting. Looks like Keith Lee's going to find a newcomer. Uh, at least I've never seen him before, but
Yeah, I want them to do something with Keith Lee too. Like he's awesome, but they just won't. I don't know, man. They just don't seem to do stuff with people. Like
well, they've only got so much room to work with.
it just doesn't feel right. Like they that they have, it's like what they did with Miro and Hobbs. They took two people that really needed to win and put them in a match together, and well, somebody has to lose. And I hate it when they do that because you basically cool the person off now. And they've done the same thing with Keith Lee. And I mean, I guess he's not feuding with what's his face anymore.
Yeah, he's not
Swerve?
feuding with anybody.
Well, I mean, he never actually finished his feud with Swerve, but I guess he's not going to now.
And Swerve is feuding with Hangman.
There you go. I guess Keith Lee just let it go, man. He never really needed to feud with him, you know? He's like, man, you know, it kind of sucks that you hit me in the back, but I'm just going to let it go.
And I don't like the fact that you like did a jump, did a foot stomp off the top rope on a concrete block on my chest and broke the concrete block, but I'm willing to let it go.
Yeah, you know, it's been a few months, so I'm just going to let it go.
It's
You know,
been
I'm
a few
healed up. I'm
months.
good, so, yeah, no, we'll just let that one
Okay, so next we have Anthony Bowens versus John Silver, the Meat Man.
go. I liked his rap was pretty funny.
It's
He says that
for
they call you the
hey,
meat
why are
man.
you called the Meat Man? 'Cause you're always beating your meat.
Man. That was good. Yeah, I guess we know who's winning that one.
So,
Man, insert squash match.
man, you may think you know who's winning, but do you? Let's
Uh,
just say it's the Meat Man.
well, it wasn't for the belt, so that's fair.
Yeah, it wasn't for the belt. It was a singles match. So,
Oh
John
yeah,
Silver
that's to set
wins.
up the Dark Order versus the Acclaim for the trios belts, I think.
I think that's what they're doing. Now they did cheat. He had Evil
Okay,
Uno
yep,
under the
heels now.
ring,
I forgot about
and
that.
Evil Uno come out and like did some stuff, and then John Silver like got the roll up. So, but John Silver
Yeah,
win the
they
match
cheated.
ultimately.
Hmm. Yeah, I forgot that they're heels. I keep forgetting that the Dark Order are heels now because they kind of go
Well,
back and
their
forth. But
heels, they had him
technically,
as faces for a while.
they kind of went heel when they went against Hangman. You remember they were facing
Yeah,
Hangman at some point, and they kind of acted like Hangman didn't like do anything with them and wasn't their friend anymore. So I
right.
guess that unofficially turned them heels.
I guess that was their official heel turn.
I guess.
Okay.
Well,
So next we
that'll happen next
have
week, I think.
uh Aussie Open. Oh, wait a minute. First we have a video package from Eddie Kingston. And I love Eddie Kingston's video package. I love it so
Eddie Kingston's
much. The reason I love it is because I get $1 every time he drops an F bomb.
awesome. I love Eddie Kingston, dude. Like, if anybody needs lessons on how to cut a promo, all you have to do is just watch that man work. Like, it's all you have to do.
So yeah, Eddie cuts an awesome promo.
That's why I think he's
And
winning too, by the way.
I don't think he's winning, but he'll
It's
cut an
in New
awesome
York,
promo
dude. It's
after
like
he
his
loses.
hometown. Like, man, he cut the John Cena promo. Man, you can't lose when you do that.
The John Cena promo. I don't think I've
That's
ever
what
seen
sold it
John
for me.
Cena use an F bomb.
Well, no, but like he talks about how it's like it's my family, it's my I live there, the
Oh
heart of New
yeah.
York. Once you talk about stuff like that, it means you're gonna win.
We'll see.
I mean, I want Claudio to win too, but I
What I
mean, I
want to
think
see
Kingston's
is I
winning
want to see
now.
like after Claudio's got Eddie beat down, I want to see him run over to the announce desk, grab a cup of coffee, and like splash it on like Eddie.
I want this blood feud to continue. That I'm
Yeah,
not
because
really
we've
sure why they're fighting
established
each
that
other,
their like
but
blood
that'll work.
feud is all about like Claudio spilling coffee on him.
There you go. Yeah, I want this to continue. Like I said, I don't really know why they're feuding, but at some point you don't even remember why they're feuding, but it doesn't really matter because man, this is just going to be a great match, right? And does it really even matter why they're feuding? Man, they've been feuding for so long. Who really cares?
I want to
But they
see
did say
Claudio
it's going to be
spinning
the
50
last match.
times.
They claimed it's going to be the last match, so there's that. I mean, if this is the last time they face each other, I guess Eddie has to win. So,
Well, we'll see.
well,
And so next we have Aussie Open versus. I just wrote jobbers because I seriously don't think they actually announced the names of the other guys.
you were correct. I was watching. They did not actually say their names, so I don't know. Hey, guess who wins?
And Aussie Open wins. It's the first time I've ever seen that they didn't even announce the names of the other guys.
Well, I used to do that in WWF like all the time. They would do that to save time. Like they do like a ring entrance for the guys and then the other dudes would be in the ring already,
Oh
and then they would
yeah,
just
I
ring the
understand
bell and get the
that.
meeting real quick.
What I'm saying is, I'm sorry about my coughing.
Right.
Apologize to my listeners. What I'm saying is like when the actual match was going on, they never even referred to the other guys by name. At no point
They
did they
maybe didn't
mention the
know who
name
they
of the
were.
other guys or like say, these are the guys.
Oh, I got you. The commentators. Well, there you go. The problem is the commentators didn't even know who they were, and
That's
they
right.
introduced them so
They
quick.
didn't announce who they were, so the commentators didn't know.
And they're like, oh yeah, you got this guy here in black trunks, man, and oh well, yeah, you got the guy in white trunks, man. Oh yeah, that's a real good movie put on there. And oh no, they lost.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, they used to do that trick to save time in WWF back in the day, which is really funny because like if they want to save time, why can't they cut other stuff out of the show instead of them like not even announcing who someone's name is in a match? Why don't they cut something else out, man? 'Cause
I don't
that's
know.
something that kind of bugs me. But go ahead. And
Okay,
I
so
got
next
plenty
we
of things
have
coming when we get to the main event.
we have a video package with Tony Storm, and I really like the video package. I think they need more of that. And I don't
She's
know if
crazy.
did you see the video package or no?
I did not get to see that.
Okay, so the video package basically they start out, they have like a black and white like cover thing, and it says like story of actress or something like that. And then when they go to the actual like video, it's in like a house, and Tony Storm's sitting there on like a chair, and then another guy's in a chair, and he's like thanking her for doing the interview. And like he asks her a question, and then she starts like, man, that light is so harsh. Does it have to be that harsh? Can you not soften it up a little bit? And then he like looks at the camera crew and goes, can we soften the light? Can we do that? And then she like answers a question, and then she starts going on about like how hideous the lamp is behind her. And it's just so funny. It's like she's like a 50s like actress that's like a star. And she's like bigger than everybody else.
I got you.
Yeah.
I like this.
So
I
they
like this
they
version
mentioned
of
that
Tony
that
Storm.
was like the first like segment. They're gonna do more segments of that.
Okay, it's a part. It's like a part of an interview.
This is like part one, so you'll get some
Okay.
more.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like what they're doing with Tony Storm. Uh, I I'm guessing she's gonna win. I mean, we might talk about that later, but I mean, they're not gonna keep the belt on like Paige for any
You
length of
don't think
time.
so?
No, she can't wrestle.
Okay. So we're
I
back to
mean,
Paige not being able to wrestle again. Okay.
she might keep it till the
Well,
pay
if
per
they were going to
view.
take the belt off of her, obviously they would have her fighting like Rio instead of Tony Storm.
There you go. Yeah, I forgot about Rio. Man, where's Rio been at? She posted
Man,
enough
where
on
is
Dark there.
Rio? We need more Rio.
Yeah,
That would
she
help the
been doing
women's
some great
division
things on Dark,
immensely.
huh? And just like stealing the show on
Well,
Dark, right?
Rio's an attraction. You can't have like a Rio on every week because she's such an attraction.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you don't want people to get tired of her. That's for sure.
It's like the opposite of Andre the Giant.
Okay. I kind of want to see her choke slam somebody and just like to do like a strong like type fight where she just beats somebody in like 10 seconds. I want to see her do that.
I don't think she ever does like an actual pin. I think she always does a roll up.
I don't know if she can actually pin anybody.
She don't have enough weight.
There you go. That's the problem, man. She can't hold anybody down. She'd have to be like Mankind in the Rock, where she has to get the forklift to like hold people down because she
Uh,
can't actually pin them.
okay, so our next match we have Scorpion Sky versus Andre El Mexico guy.
Mexico guy.
Yeah, and man, you'd think Scorpion Sky would win on his like debut back, but you'd be wrong, sir.
Yeah,
And
it's been a
Andre El
while.
Mexico guy wins.
It's been a
Apparently
while
they're
since
gonna
like
do
Scorpio
something with
Sky's been
Andrea
back.
or
I think he's been
Andrada.
out on
Maybe
injury
that's it.
report.
Andrada. Maybe I'm mispronouncing that. I got the
I don't.
Mexican guy part, but
Well,
okay.
he used to be called Andrade. What was
It's
his
the
last name?
Andrade El Mexico guy.
Yeah, he had a different name when he was in WWF, and it was easier to pronounce. I just can't think
Oh,
what it
okay, I
was.
got you.
But yeah, I like Andrade, the Mexican guy. Scorpio Sky, I guess he's not injured anymore. I think he was out on
Yeah, he's
injury for
off
the longest
injury.
time.
This is his
Like
first
I said,
match
no, he's
back.
back.
So his first match back, he gets the job.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So
Ah,
obviously he's going nowhere. So
well,
next we
maybe
have
they
an
do something with
interview
Andrade. I
with.
mean, I like to see him. It's been forever since I've seen him wrestle a match.
Oh man, we have a good interview coming up here. We have an interview with Jap Guy, and I love it. He like instead of actually talking, because he doesn't speak English, he uses a phone to translate.
Okay.
He has like a phone, and the guy asks him a question, and he'll like put up his phone and punch it, and it'll say like what he's saying in like phone like voice.
Oh, that's funny.
It was awesome. He put it up there. I'm gonna kick your ass.
That's cool.
It
The
was
phone
pretty
translates what
cool.
he's
I
saying.
want more of that.
Was it the Ibushi guy, or do you know who it was?
It was a Japanese guy. Um, I don't
Japanese
know.
guy. Well, who was he gonna fight? Do you remember
I don't remember.
that? Okay.
I just remember it was so awesome that he had the
Yeah,
phone.
bro, it's cool. That's what you remember. Okay.
That's what I remember. Who was he gonna fight? Actually, it might have been the Golden Lover dude.
Yeah, it might have been because he's the only Japanese guy that I know of that's got like anything coming up. Like Takeshita's got a match, but
Does he have the whoever it was had the pure championship title?
oh, that's uh uh it'll come to me here in a minute. I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so that's the
Bakata
dude,
something. Yeah.
and he just needs
Uh,
to keep that phone handy, and he's got it going on.
I hope that's how he cuts promos in the future.
Oh man, I want to see him do a talk off on like on the mic with the
Yeah,
phone. He just puts the phone up to the mic.
that would be amazing. He does a
Oh,
talk
he
off. He
like
like
and he like
talks into the
types stuff
phone.
in, like he does like an actual talk off, like someone's like talking to him, and he'll type it into the phone and then put it up there.
That would be funny. And that's like
He
how
probably
it comes
doesn't like
back.
understand English either, so
I wonder. I guess that would make a lot of sense since he doesn't understand English. So that'd be even funnier because first it would have to translate it for him, then he'd have to listen to it, and then he'd have to like say something, then it would have to translate it back. Yeah, they could
but
do
the
that.
cool thing is he doesn't like actually speak at all. He just has the phone.
Oh, oh, the phone does the talking for
The
him.
phone
Okay,
does the talking, right? He doesn't actually talk. He just like pushes a button on his phone and his phone like says it.
I got you. Okay, yeah, that could be funny. You could see him. He's like sitting there thinking about it for a second, and then he's like, then he like touches this phone, and he like pushes a button, and then it like gives like a counter response to the like
Yeah,
promo.
that's what they need to do.
Okay, I'm down for
Okay.
it.
So we have an interview with Ricky, and I already like gave away the interview with Ricky. That's
Yeah,
like, why you so mad, Ricky? And he's like, because man, I has had a video package for like some guy I just beat and some guy that doesn't even work here.
I mean he's not wrong, dude. That was a really funny promo. Like I heard that promo and it made me laugh. I was just like, why am I so mad? He's like, I'll tell you. It's because you guys just put on a video package for someone that doesn't work for this company. And he's like, in the meantime, I'm right here.
And I don't have a match at the pay per view. Why is that?
I wonder if they got anything planned for him.
And apparently not, because he doesn't have a match.
Well, the pay-per-view's not till October. That's what, a couple
Well, that's
weeks ago.
true, but still.
Yeah,
They might end up doing like continuing on with like his feud with Daniel Bryan.
yeah, they
And I
could.
want to see him do an actual like strap match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
They could do that too. I
He
just don't
needs
think
to
you're gonna
come up
get
and says,
that.
"All right, hold up now. I've actually got like a contract that I had wrote up, and it actually says Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, not just the Dragon. So,
Okay,
are you gonna
for sure.
sign it, or are you gonna be a little bitch?" That's what I do.
Oh, so they announced that RVD is gonna make his return next week. I wasn't
Really?
for
Because
sure that he
why?
works for the company, but I guess he
Why?
does.
Why has he not been doing anything? He did like one match and then like disappeared for like 3 weeks.
I mean, does he work for the company? Because they're kind of implying he does, even though I don't think he does. But
Yeah, he actually
I
like
guess.
had a match.
Well,
He had a
yeah, but I
match
mean, is that
with
like a
Hook.
one-off deal? They just signed him for one match and he doesn't actually work there. That's okay.
I don't think they would have done that.
Well, I mean,
Why would
the
they not
guy's
have
getting
him
up there
full
in age,
time?
dude. I mean,
He's an
I don't think he's
awesome
gonna do a match every
wrestler.
week. I just saw it this
Man,
Sunday
he
that he's gonna make his like return, and I'm like, okay, they're
maybe he got
implying that
injured
he
during the
works
Hook
for the
match. I
company.
don't know.
They're implying that he works there, and I don't think he does, but
Well, I
maybe.
think he does.
Okay. I mean,
Why
I'd
would
love
you
to see
think
if
he
he's
doesn't
gonna
work
stay.
there? He had a match on TV on AEW TV.
I know he did, but I mean, that's a
I mean, he
one-off.
went to
Like,
maybe he went to dark for a while. Maybe he had some dark matches we didn't
I don't
see.
think
I
he's
don't
had a
know.
match at all, dude. I think he's like just been sitting out on his couch, and Tony Khan called him up and said, "Man, you want another match?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Man, maybe he can
Okay.
fight tag.
I didn't see that they like announced that he was going to have a match. Where did you see that?
They just said he was going to make his return. They were doing the card for the stadium show next week.
Oh, okay. So I must have like missed it. I seen the card like several times, but
Yeah, at some point they said RVD will make his return, and that when I heard that, I got confused because I'm like, well, he doesn't work here. Why do you mean? Why are you
why would you
implying that
think
he's
that
going
he
to
doesn't
return?
work there after he had a match versus Hook?
Yeah,
Did you
what did
not
they
see
sign
that
him? Is
match?
he all elite now?
Did
Said
you not
RVD
see
is
the
all
match that he
elite.
had versus Hook?
Well, I know he had a match, dude, but you can sign somebody for one match. You don't have
Why
to make
would
him
you
an
do
employee of your
that?
company.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Let's
you can
just
hire
move
like an
on.
independent contractor. You don't have to hire them
Yeah,
as
let's
an
move
employee.
on.
Hire them for one match and say, okay, cool, man, you did your job, go away.
So
But
next we have the Hardys versus the Righteous. And who do
yeah,
you think's going to win this one?
man, the guys I've never heard of before.
And that will be a righteous answer.
Who the hell is the
They're
righteous,
like
dude?
Ring
I
of
never
Honor
like.
guys, so they've been wrestling on Ring of Honor in the background.
Why in the hell
And
are they
apparently they're
doing
going to do
this?
something with them because they're bringing them up to AEW.
I guess. I mean,
And
I
they
need a little more
let them beat the
introduction than just being
Hardys.
like, oh, yeah, man. These are guys that's been on Ring of Honor for like 6 months, and there's no way for you to watch this show, but and they're
Well,
good. Give them a
here's
chance.
what's so funny. Okay, so they're doing like an open challenge for the titles for FTR, and they're having FTR fight jobbers. They had
Yeah.
FTR fight the Iron Savages, and the crowd's chanting, "Who are you guys?"
Who are you? Yeah, that was a great chant.
And then after at the end of the match, they have the Workhorsemen come out and demand a match, and now they're going to fight the Workhorsemen next week. Who the hell are the Workhorsemen?
I don't know, dude. Like, why is
Man,
this
they're
much
just
Ring of
fighting
Honor
people
on this?
off dark.
Like, why do we have this much Ring of Honor, man? Like, did they run out of wrestlers this week and they just went to Ring of Honor and just took everybody and they're like, all right, man, all you guys are gonna get to be on Dynamite or Collision this week.
Well, if ATR fights the Righteous, at least the Righteous got a win on AEW, so at least we can say we know who they are when they
Okay,
fight
we're getting
FTR.
there. I mean, they won a match, so that's a
Yeah.
start.
So there's that.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see FTR versus more jobbers.
Okay, so then we have our main event, Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker.
Oh yeah.
And are you ready for Britt Baker to be a title holder again?
No, I'm not.
And I'm not either. And apparently
And
no
they
one else
almost
is
tricked
either.
me.
Because Chris
They
Statlander
almost tricked me.
wins.
They almost got me on this one because this is in apparently Britt Baker went to college in Pittsburgh.
Oh
She didn't grow
yeah.
up there, but that's where she went to college at. So they almost got me on that one. Man, I almost thought they were gonna let her
Almost
win,
thought they were
but
going to win, huh?
I thought they might. I'm like, well, I don't know, dude. I mean, she went to college here or whatever, so maybe. But yeah, I got complaints about this match. So I need AEW to stop putting their main events on the show 10 minutes to 10. Like they need to stop doing this. All right. Because it's dumb. Like the main event started and they immediately cut to commercial. Like it was about 15 seconds. They cut to commercial. All right. There's 5 minute commercial break. Yeah, that's dumb. Then they come back to the match, and okay, your main event of your show is going to be like 4 minutes tops
Well, it
because you
was a
didn't even get
women's
to see the
match. I
commercial
mean,
break because you watched it the day later. So you didn't even get to watch the like picture in picture bullshit. So you didn't
no, I
even get to
didn't.
see that. So you missed half the match.
I guess.
So I need them to stop this. Like this is dumb.
Like, why on earth can they not give the main event of the show a reasonable amount of time? Why can they not do that?
Hmm.
Man, are we going to get like Samoa Joe versus MJF and 5 minutes, baby? 5 minutes of
Five
fame? Is that what we're
minutes.
getting next week?
I don't know. I want to see more than that.
And too bad. Man, the other 5 minutes is during a commercial break. Oh well.
Yeah. And commercials are just bad. I just don't like them.
Well, I get that. So if you have to do a commercial, then you need to make the match longer. That's what I'm getting at. Like if you do a 10-minute match and you know you have to do a 5 minute commercial, you need to make the match longer. Otherwise, it's only a 5 minute match.
I see what you're saying.
If they started the match at say 20 minutes to 10, that would have been fine. That's 20 minutes. They could like do the bullshit where they cut the commercial immediately, and then the last 15 minutes of the show could just be the match. And that I wouldn't have had a complaint with that. You get Britt Baker versus Statlander in a 15-minute match with no commercials. I like that, but they didn't
Man, I
do it
guess just
that way.
have to save your like no commercial dreams for pay-per-views.
Well, they can do the commercial, but we need a longer match. So if they do a 20-minute match and they do a 5 minute commercial, that's fine because the last 15 minutes of the match is without commercials and I'm okay with it. But if they do a 10-minute match and they need to do a 5 minute commercial, then you only get to watch a 5 minute match without commercials, and I don't like that. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
And since they decide how much time each thing on the show gets, how in the hell do we not get 20 minutes for the main event? Man, do we have to like have three different people on the show that no one knows who they are? Like, do we have to have FTR versus Jobbers? Like, they didn't have to have a squash match, dude. They could have just had a mic segment. Like, they don't have to have a match. They're gonna win. It's against two guys you've never heard of before. And then you have like two jobbers that are calling out MJF and Cole. Okay, I don't know who they are. Why is this on the show? All it is doing is it's taking up time that you could be using for the main event. So, Eric, I'm off the soapbox now. So,
Off the soapbox.
yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and wrap up our wrestling recap. So that's our wrestling recap for the week. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed the wrestling recap, try watching my videos. And I'm doing Champions of Korean right now. So I'll see everybody next time.